What's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out Black Diamond Guns and Gear. We're here today again with another PSA Dagger review. This is a hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Guys, FatTac.com is our main sponsor. If you can, check them out because they have the FatTac holster, they have Blue Alpha belts, Prime armor. If you want guys that have bigger stature, want something with body armor or plates, they have stuff they can fit you all the way up from 5X all the way down to small. So go check them out. They have awesome t-shirts over there, as you can tell. Over 30 different designs, hats, patches, stickers, everything you can think of. And it's all for plus size guys, from plus size all the way down to small. Go check them out at fattac.com. Guys, this is Jake from Tennessee Tactical. Go ahead and tell where they can find you at.
So we also do YouTube videos, TN Tactical. You can find me on YouTube if you want some Grand Thumb cinematics and other content.
I do like his cinematic stuff. It looks really good.
Yeah,
looks way better than our stuff.
We're very thespian. We enjoy it.
So today he's here with me. He does a lot of PSA Dagger review type stuff. So mainly because it needs to be tested. And I think that that's the reason why he does a lot of them. And I like the way he does a lot of his testing. So if you want to, go check out TN Tactical on YouTube and also Instagram and all that stuff. Subscribe and all that because we want to get his name out there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about the daggers. He has some daggers. I have some daggers. Obviously, you know, with the last video I put out on my Micro Dagger, I was having some problems with it. Like less than 20 rounds, dead trigger. Freaking stupid. Well, we're gonna take this thing out to the range and show you the difference between mine and his. Hey, actually mine is green and yours is FDE.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
We're gonna take it out the range and show you what they do. I'm gonna see if this thing even works because the last thing we saw, mine didn't work. All right, guys, we're out here at the range. It is actually super windy out here, but the reason why we're out here is because we're gonna talk about these Micro Daggers. Oh, by the way, Josh is over here too. We only have 2 mics, so it is what it is. Basically, we're out here shooting this PSA Dagger, this Micro Dagger, because mine was having problems. I have not shot it yet since I did the last video. You have all kinds of them, so let's tell people your deal.
Micro Dagger from PSA. I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with them. You know, I love their motto of trying to arm every single American on a budget, you know, get as many arms in people's hands. I know in the past they've had some quality control issues. They've had issues where they were outsourcing stuff. I mean, we all know the history from them. Yeah. And now they're doing everything in-house. So I want to love their products. And a lot of times, especially their ARs, I get good products. Now, lately...
I've actually never had a problem out of their ARs.
Yeah, I haven't either, honestly. Now, the issue I'm coming into is this handgun, I'm having some weird problems with it, especially with compatibility with other aftermarket mags.
And this is also the Micro, not Macro, Macro SIG.
Yeah.
Micro.
Yeah, the Micro Dagger. I haven't had the problem that you've had lately, but I've had other issues with like aftermarket parts and getting my trigger to cooperate, getting certain magazines to work. We just put out a video on my channel talking about some of those issues we ran into. What the f is this? So I guess today's a good day to just kind of like compare and see how our 2 different daggers work.
I'm gonna run mine. First thing I'm gonna do with mine, I'm gonna run 15 rounds out of it right out the gate, nonstop. I'm mag dump it basically and see if I can have any issues out of it because like I said, me and Josh took it apart. We noticed that there's slight differences and I think that's how they got away with their patent, but that's a whole nother story. We're gonna run it, see if we get any of those same issues I had the other day.
Let's see how she does.
I don't know what's happening with it. All I know is that I haven't shot it since I actually did that video and we're gonna dump 16 rounds basically here and see what happens. So there's one in the chamber and here is the last 15 rounds. So it should work with 16 rounds in the actual entire gun. So here we go. And there is 16 rounds with no malfunction. So that was with the Micro Dagger magazine, the OEM magazine. Seems like it still cycles and the trigger still works. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what's going on with it. I don't know why it did that. I don't know why it works now. Completely confused. Like I said, me and Josh took this apart. It seems to be working now. I've taken it apart 3 or 4 times and that's literally the only thing I've done to it. We've taken it apart, we've taken the base plate off, we took everything, all the internals out as you saw in the last video. What happened was, by the last video, I'd done that twice and nothing happened other than it was still kind of hard to pull the trigger. By the third time that I took it apart, took everything apart and took it off the slide or off the frame, it worked. So Josh took it apart, he looked in there and we found out that basically in a Glock that the striker channel actually has a sleeve in it that is polymer. There is no sleeve in the Palmetto State Armory slide. It's basically milled into the slide itself. I think that's how they got around the patent to actually do this, but that's neither here nor there. What we were looking at when we looked inside there is that we saw a little, what we thought were brass or copper shavings, which is not, is actually what is milled into the slide because it looks like it's just a part of the slide itself. So I don't know what's happening with it. I don't know why it did that. I don't know why it works now.
So far, so good.
Now that was with the Micro Dagger magazine too?
Yes. Got a Shield Arms mag.
Okay.
My issue has been sometimes this will not cycle rounds.
All right.
This time it worked out pretty well.
Got any more in your pocket?
I've got all kinds in my pocket. ETS mag.
ETS.
This one. Well, let's just see if it does what I think it's going to do. Well, today's not a good day because it's working out just fine. But I've had issues where it won't cycle or it won't lock the slide back, all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, and that's with the other magazines, not with the macro.
Yeah, so the only magazine I have found to be 100% reliable is the Micro Dagger, the PSA Micro Dagger magazine.
Yeah, the macro. Actually really weird because it has our polymer on the front, metal on the back, which is kind of like just like a S15 magazine, except for it's just got a little bit of polymer on the front. Kind of the same thing.
Is that okay to shoot that, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. Dang, it's pretty good one-handed.
Look here.
So what happened?
So it didn't lock the slide back. Shield Arms mag.
Oh yeah,
in there? It's empty.
That's the only problem I've had out of Shield Arms mags, that they don't actually lock back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge issue. It's an issue when it doesn't cycle around at all.
Yeah,
that happens
for sure.
too sometimes.
Dude, I've never had a problem out of S15 mags. Everybody always talks about they're having problems with them. I've never had a problem with them. I'm gonna load up some more out of mine and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So let's see how she does. So far, it's been reliable. We've had weird issues with the trigger not resetting. This is a tactical pontoon, the gun company trigger, aftermarket. Had some weird issues where it wouldn't cycle or it wouldn't reset the trigger. Today, seems to be running just fine. Maybe it's because of the way the wind is blowing. Who knows? If you want to learn more about that, the issues we've had with my Micro Dagger, check out the channel, King Tactical.
Yeah, that was shooting pretty flat.
Well, you know, I've talked about the problems I've had with this and reliability, but now today it's run just fine.
All right, guys, so Josh has got me on camera with the Micro Dagger. This is the one that he's been having issues. I'm going to put a mag through it.
Just fine.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That's odd. So it seems to be working now.
Well,
kind of an odd problem with his trigger problem, but ever since we took it apart, we cleaned, oiled, and everything, seems to be working good.
Dude, I don't know if we're gonna have the same problem or not, but I'm gonna do exactly like I did the other day. I'm gonna do the OEM Glock magazine first and see if it has a problem, man. I mean, because that may tell you right there, if I was having a problem out of that or having a problem out of this, and now I'm not, maybe it does something to something. I don't know what. It's so weird that I don't know what's going on with it, but it feeds. Here we go. Okay, there it is. So, I don't know what happened. It didn't basically fire around. You know how we were talking about the striker getting stuck and not coming out all the time? I don't know what that would have to do with magazines. Here is an S15 Gen 2. So there's a feeding issue right there. It's basically like a double feed, I guess, or not wanting to feed at all. Isn't that just crappy? Okay, so there's another one that wouldn't feed. Striker is back in there. Ran them all. That's the S15 Gen 2. We're gonna run the Gen 1 now. It's getting hot. It's kind of comical, really. I don't know. Random Gen 1 S15 magazine. The only thing I have left is the Micro Dagger magazine. You know, the reason why I'm having to use all these magazines, it only comes with one. Came with one magazine. Had to put her back in there. I'm not even letting y'all see what's going on here, guys. Sorry. Ran all those. So, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. I don't know if it's just a fluke. I don't know. We're gonna let him run his the same magazines through his, see what happens.
All right, so I got a different slide on here. As you can see, I've got the regular short extreme carry cut slide that they came out with without the compensated slide. Starting off, just to kind of show you that everything's on the up and up and everything's working just fine. We're gonna run some of the other magazines we just shot, the PSA mags, the Shield Arms mag, as well as the ETS mag. Everything in here is factory stock as it came from PSA. I haven't swapped out anything on this. So again, PSA mag. PSA mag. Shield Arms magazine. The one mag I haven't tested yet on my channel is the actual Glock 43X mag, 10 rounds. See how she does. So far, everything good. Here we go, problem. So, look here. There is a round in there, and you'll see it did not actually feed the round. It failed to strip the round from the actual mag there and feed it into the barrel. And there's the magazine. So, this is the issue I've had with Shield Arms mags. Actually, that wasn't, was that Shield Arms? Huh. Maybe it's the Micro Dagger. Maybe it's not the magazine. This is an ETS mag. Here's the issue. Shield Arms mag. See that? And it locked the slide back again. Not sure why. So we've had some problems. The Shield Arms mag did the thing where it wasn't cycling rounds. You'll have to go back and check on the footage, but I think possibly I even had that happen one time with one of these Micro Dagger magazines. This one I still had one in the mag.
So the problem that we see right now, this may be just a fluke with this pistol. I don't know. I wouldn't chance it. Hold that for a second. It seems like with a Glock OEM magazine, your OEM magazine, when it cycles, you can even see some stuff here where it's shaving it off, but it's shaving off the back of the magazine ever so slightly, and I think that's what's creating stoppages on this pistol. I don't know why, but it's definitely a clearance issue. And you can also see here, I don't know if that's part of some shavings. That's not supposed to be like that. Maybe this one was just out of spec. Maybe it runs good with the PSA mags. I don't know. I definitely would not chance running a Glock mag in this pistol. That's just me. That being said, run PSA Dagger mags. I don't know if a whole lot, have you had a whole lot of issues with the Shield Arms mags?
Just cycling.
Just
Just
cycling.
actually picking up the round.
Right. I don't know, guys. If you're going to buy one of these, put back $100 more and get you a couple more PSA Dagger mags. That's my suggestion.
All right, guys, just got back from the range. We were shooting both of these things. He was shooting his dagger. I was shooting my dagger. We shot the Glock 43X. I don't know what has happened. Apparently, it started working, and I don't know the reason for it.
So when I was shooting earlier, you and I both had some mag issues. I think for me, for the most part, it was essentially where I was mag dumping, as one does as part of the Southern United States.
Yeah. Mag dumping
Dumping the trash, yeah. And halfway through, it just stopped cycling rounds.
I had that happen to me as well.
Yeah, it happened with shield arms.
Shield
also,
arms.
I think, I'm not sure, ADHD got the best of me.
I like turtles. All right.
So just go back and look at the footage. I think there was one time with a regular PSA Micro Dagger mag that actually did the same thing.
Okay.
So not entirely sure. Again, I kind of lost my train of thought in the middle of the shooting there that I couldn't really tell you for sure. Another issue I had with mine was the trigger. So I do have an aftermarket trigger that it's like the gun company or whatever. It's made by Tactical Pontoon. He puts it out there.
I think it looks great and feels amazing.
It does. Now, there was an issue I had earlier in one of my videos where I just talked about recently where the trigger wouldn't reset. Like there was too much tightness in the hole. That sounds bad coming out, but you know what I'm saying.
Wow.
Where the trigger fits in. Someone suggested online that you actually file that out just a little bit to kind of widen that up just a little bit so it's a little bit smoother. And maybe that'll help with some of the trigger pulls as well. I don't know, just something to look at.
The whole thing about this is that I think that what we're covering this based off if somebody was to get this firearm and carry it for an EDC, right?
Things you need to look out for, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We're just trying to, this company has not, Palmetto State Armory, has not sent us anything. They've not sent you anything. They've not sent me anything. It's not a paid review, obviously. We're just bringing you what is real, what is happening. In my honest opinion right now, I would not carry this pistol.
Correct. I'm about 600 rounds through it, and maybe there's just a break-in period. I'm hoping, I'm praying, maybe it's just a thing where it needs a break-in period. So I'm going to do another final review on my channel of 1,000 rounds when I get there, where I guess we're now about like 600 rounds now, and just really see if there's any other issues. Yeah. But so far, it's been a consistent problem. That's where I'm kind of worried.
It has been problems every now and then. And now, one thing I will say, I have the regular double stack 19 size regular dagger. I haven't actually had a problem out of it. So that's the one I have not had a problem out of.
Something else I want to talk about is the regular Glock mag, the OEM mag. And you had a lot of issues with that.
Yep.
I had zero problems with the regular Glock mag. I don't have a Glock 43X at home, so I didn't get a chance to test it until today. And I probably put about 3 or 4 mags through it, so like 40 rounds. I had zero problems with it.
Okay, that's great.
Just something, another data point.
So mine, what we were talking about at the range, I think Josh was telling you all that the fact that the mag was starting to eat up a little bit because it was rubbing on the top of the slide and all that. That's a possibility. And that goes to show you that a lot of things need to use and run their OEM mags. I know a lot of people like to run the S15 mags inside their 43Xs and so on and so forth. There's something to be said about something that is made for the pistol itself. So if you're running an OEM mag, you're probably going to be better off.
I have to agree. That I was surprised when he showed that up close of the 2 different mags, comparing how high it feeds off of the thing there.
Yeah, it does. It's just a little bit higher. So I would say, in my conclusion, I'm personally not going to run this pistol as my everyday carry. But I would say that if you're using an OEM mag, you may have less problems than if you're using something else. So if you do have to EDC it, please use the OEM mags. I'm still going to hold my opinion until I get to 1,000 rounds before I make a final decision. But right now, not looking too good. Yeah. All right, guys, I want to thank Jake for coming out here from TN Tactical. Like we said, go subscribe to his channel because he does awesome content. And if you like cinematic stuff and a little bit on the humor side, he does a lot of that stuff as well. So anywhere else you can tell him to find you at? I'm on Instagram. If you go to the YouTube page, you'll see the Instagram. You'll see the Facebook page. Not as big of a following on there, so really YouTube is really where it's at for me, but we're growing every day. Yeah, there you go. So go check it out there, subscribe and all that stuff. Also subscribe here if you like this kind of content, because like 80% of the people that watch this YouTube videos are not subscribed, which is very weird. It happens to me too. Yeah, so please subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe to channels. It costs you nothing to like and comment on channels. It just shows us that you want to appreciate what we do.
Don't you appreciate us and all that we do?
You would think so.
We love you.
Guys, check out our main sponsor, fattack.com. You can also go there and check out everything they got, getting arms, primary arms, fat tack holster, all that stuff. You can also go to US Law Shield and pick up a US Law Shield membership there with our promo code BDGG. That gives you 14 months for the price of 12. We know they do what they're going to say they're going to do, unlike some other people right now, because they are actually our lawyers in our court case. They're doing what they say they're going to do. I'm just going to throw that out there. So go check out US Law Shield. And that's all I got for you guys. You got anything else you want to?
There will be a Fat Tack holster review coming up on TN Tactical very, very soon.
There you go. Go check it out. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one.